I've been in exile, I'll have you all to know. I am from dear old Ballina in the county of Mayo. Many are the pleasant memories that remain forevermore of my native home in Ireland and the place that I adore. Such are the treasured memories that fill my heart with joy. The cool, refreshing waters of the grand old River Moy. You can see its grand cathedral from the bridge at Ordinary, where the fishermen net salmon from the ridge pool to Bunree. Many hours I've spent there fishing when I'd nothing else to do. My fishing gear no gold could buy, 'twas just an old bamboo. I can still recall quite clearly when I was just a boy, the cool, refreshing waters of the grand old River Moy. My love and I did wander along its banks so green that leads along by Wren's, Mount Falcon and Shrine. Gone our parents and relations, companions old and true, but fond memories of my childhood I will again renew. I'll do the things I oft-times did when I was just a boy, at the cool, refreshing waters by the grand old River Moy.
Remember this one? In the days I went to court and I was never tired resorting to the alehouse or the playhouse or many's a house beside. I told me brother Seamus I'd go off and go right famous, and before I'd come back again I'd roam the world wide. Everybody singing, so goodbye Mercy Durkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll take the praties, no longer I'll be full. Sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California, where instead of digging praties I'll be digging lumps of gold. I've courted girls in Blarney, in Kanturk and in Killarney, in Passage and in Queenstown, that is the Cove of Cork. Goodbye to all this pleasure, but I'm going to take me leisure, and the next that you will hear from me is a letter from New York. So goodbye Mercy Durkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll take the praties, no longer I'll be full. Sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California, where instead of digging praties I'll be digging lumps of gold. Goodbye to all the boys at home, I'm sailing far across the foam to try and make me fortune in far America. There's gold and money plenty for the poor and for the gentry, and when I come back again I never more will say goodbye Mercy Durkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll take the praties, no longer I'll be full. Sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California, where instead of digging praties I'll be digging lumps of gold. Thank you, good night, God bless, thank you very much.
Far away from the land of the shamrock and heather, in search of a living, as exiles we roam. And whenever we chance to assemble together, we sing of the land where we once had a home. But our homes are destroyed and our soil confiscated. The hand of the tyrant brought plunder and woe. The fires are now quenched and our hearts desolated in our once happy homes in the county Mayo. Long years have now passed since with hearts full of sorrow the land of the shamrock we left far behind. But how we would like to be going back tomorrow to scenes of our youth which we still bear in mind. The days
I'll sing you a song of Row in the town. When the green flag went up and the crown flag came down, was the neatest and sweetest thing ever you saw. When they played that great game they called Erin Gobra. God bless Gallant Pearce and his comrades who died, Tom Clark, MacDonough, McDermott, McBride, and here's to James Connolly who gave one hurrah and faced the machine guns for Erin Gobra. Now one of our leaders was down in Ringsend for the honour of Ireland to uphold and defend. He had no veteran soldiers but volunteers raw, playing sweet modern music for Erin Gobra. Bo Kent and his comrades like lions that day, from the south Dublin Union for death and dismay. But what was that of when the invaders men saw all the dead Cargy soldiers on Erin Gobra? A great foreign captain was raving that day, saying, "Give me 1 hour and they blow you away." But a big Mauser bullet got stuck in his jaw, and he died of lead poison on Erin Gobra. A glory to Dublin, to her due renown. In the long generations her fame will go down, and the children will tell how their forefathers saw the red blaze of freedom o'er Erin Gobra.
As we gathered in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these past few weeks. Oh, will they say we failed from our school days? They have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these great men, my love for this dear land. So when Auric called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn, as I walk out, my thoughts will be with you. And I'll write some words upon the wall, so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the road. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now there won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye.
A large crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, with heads all uncovered. They knelt on the ground, far behind that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland. The firing party he bravely did face. Then the order rang out, present arms and fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag was hoisted, their cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many's the sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. Many years have rolled on since that Easter rebellion, and the guns of Britannia, they loudly did speak, and our bold Irish soldiers fought shoulder to shoulder, and the blood from their bodies flowed down Sackville Street. The forecourts of Dublin the enemy bombarded, their spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. When above all the noise came a voice, "No surrender," was the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel.
Did you hear the news that's going around? The shamrock is by law forbid to grow on Irish ground. No more St. Patrick's Day will keep his colour can be seen, for there's a cruel law against the wearing of the green. Oh, I met with Napper Tandy, and he took me by the hand, and he said, how's poor old Ireland, and how does she stand? She's the most distressful country that ever yet was seen, for they're hanging men and women there for wearing of the green. Then if the colour we must wear is England's cruel red, let it remind us of the blood old Ireland has shed. Then take the shamrock from your hat and throw it on the sod, and never fear 'twill take root there, though underfoot is trod. when law can stop the blades of grass from growing as they grow, and when the leaves in summertime their color dare not show, then I will change the color too I wear in my cabin. But till that day, please God, I'll stick to the wearing of the green.
An old man whispered in my ear 'twas the saddest thing he knew, when Ireland's proudest son was shot at the age of 32. He held my hand, his eyes held tears, and my eyes filled up too with a powerful emotion for a man I never knew. Michael Collins, fearless son, you touched the nation's soul. 10,000 pounds upon your head, you still achieved your goal. 'Twas not behind the barricades you fought the wanton fight. You beat the enemy at their game, you undermined their might. 'Twas in a crowded banquet hall, the old man, meek and mild, a simple man from off the land with the blue eyes of a child, brought a memory that an Irish gun shot down the rebel sun, and Ireland lost her laughing boy before his work was done. Michael Collins, fearless son, you touched the nation's soul. 10,000 pounds upon your head, you still achieved your goal. You knew the orange and the green would keep us yet apart, but the dream of Ireland 1 and 3 was the dream that filled your heart. And an old man in a banquet hall some 50 years gone by held a sadness that would never pass, in his blue eyes filled to cry with the memory that an Irish gun shot down the favourite son, and Ireland lost her laughing boy before his work was done. Michael Collins, fearless son, you touched the nation's soul. 10,000 pounds upon your head, you still achieved your goal. 'Twas not behind the barricades you fought the wanton fight. You beat the enemy at their game, you undermined their might. You beat the enemy at their game, you undermined their might.
As down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I, there marching men in squadrons passed me by. No pipes did hum, no battle drum did sound its loud tattoo, but the Angelus bell or the Liffey swell rang out in the foggy dew.
Right proudly high over Dublin town they flung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Suvlar or Sudelbar. And from the plains of Royal Mead strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's Huns with their long-range guns sailed in through the foggy dew.
Was England bade our wild geese go, that small nations might be free, but their lonely graves are by Suvla's waves on the fringe of the great North Sea. Oh, had they died by Pierce's side or fought with Calbrue, their names we keep where the Fenians sleep, beneath the shroud of the foggy dew.
Oh, the bravest fell and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear for those who died at Easter tide in the springtime of the year, while the world did gaze with deep amaze at those fearless men but few, who bore the fight that the freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew.
Back through the glen I rode again, my heart with grief was sore, for I parted with those valiant men that I'll never see no more. But to and fro in my dreams I go, and I kneel and pray for you, for slavery fled, oh glorious dead, when you fell in the foggy dew.
A great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered, they knelt to the ground. For inside that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland. The firing party he bravely did face. Then the order rang out, present arms and fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. the black flag was hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. God's curse on New England, you cruel-hearted monster. Your deeds, they would shame all the devils in hell. There are no flowers blooming, but the shamrock is growing on the grave of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. The forecourts at Dublin, the English bombarded, the spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. But above all the din rose the cry of surrender. 'Twas the voice of James Connolly.
Since the British first came to Ireland centuries ago, almost every generation of Irishmen have tried to gain their freedom. And although they failed, they kept alive the spirit of nationalism in the country. And in 1916, Easter of that year, when 1,200 men marched into the streets of Dublin and raised the Irish flag over the General Post Office, it was the beginning of the end of British rule in Ireland.
Up the Republic, they raise their battle cry. Here St. MacDermot will pray for you on high. Eager and ready, for love of you they die. Proud march the soldiers of the rear guard, Legion of the rear guard, and swing Ireland's fall. Hark, their martial tramp is heard from Cork to Donegal. Will phone and Erin guide you, though your task be hard. Devil ne'er lead you, soldiers of the Legion of the rear guard.
The fighting in that rebellion only lasted a little over a week. The rebellion failed, and 16 of its leaders, mostly young men, some of them poets, were taken to Kilmainham jail, where they were executed by firing squad. The execution of these young men, instead of ending the trouble in Ireland, only caused a widespread spirit of rebellion throughout the country. 'Twas down the glen one Easter morn, to a city fair rode I. There Ireland's lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by.
No pipe did hum and no battle drum did sound its red tattoo, but the Angelus fell o'er the Liffey swell, flying out in the foggy dew.
The poet William Butler Yeats lived in Dublin at that time, and when he saw what was happening, it changed his whole attitude towards Irish nationalism. He wrote this poem, Easter 1916. I have met them at close of day, coming with vivid faces from counter and desk among grey 18th century houses. I have passed with a nod of the head or polite meaningless words, or listened a while and said polite meaningless words, or thought of a tale or a jibe to please a companion round the fire at the club. it's certain that they and I but lived where a motley is worn. All changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born.
Right proudly high over Dublin town, they hung out a flag of war. 'Twas better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Suvla or Sudelba.
And from the plains of Royal Mead, strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's sons with their long-range guns sailing from the foggy dew.
Too long a sacrifice can make a stone of the heart. When may it suffice? That is heaven's part. Our part to murmur name upon name as a mother names her child when sleep at last has come on limbs that have run wild. What is it but nightfall? No, not night, but death. Was it needless death after all? For England may keep faith for all that is done and said. We know their dream, enough to know they dreamed and are dead. And what if excessive love bewildered them till they died? I write it out in a verse. MacDonagh and MacBride and Connolly and Pearce, now and in time to be, wherever green is worn or changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born.
The bravest fell, and the sullen bell rang mournfully and clear. For those who died that Eastertide in the springing of the year,
and the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men and true, who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew.
The men of that rebellion were from all walks of life, different trades and professions. One of them, Padder Carney, was a balladeer. He wrote the Soldier's Song, which was to become the Irish national anthem. He also wrote this little satire, poking fun at Mother England. It's called God Bless England.
I'll tell you a tale of peace and love, whack for the diddle all the died old day. Of the land that rules all lands above, whack for the diddle all the died old day. May peace and plenty be her share, who kept our homes from want and care. God bless England is our prayer.
Whack for the diddle all the died old day. Whack for the diddle all the died old day. So we say, hip hooray, come and listen while we pray. Whack for the diddle all the died old day.
But our fathers oft were naughty boys, whack for the diddle all the died old day. For pikes and guns are dangerous toys, whack for the diddle all the died old day. From Ballina we unto Peter's Hill, we made poor England cry her fill.
But old Britannia loves us still. Whack for the diddle all the died old day. Whack for the diddle all the died old day. So we say, hip hooray, come and listen while we pray. Whack for the diddle all the died old day.
Now Irishmen forget the past, whack for the diddle all the died old day. And think of a day that's coming fast, whack for the diddle all the died old day, when we will all be civilized, neat and clean and well advised.
Won't Mother England be surprised? Whack for the diddle all the died old day. Whack for the diddle all the died old day. So we say, hip hooray, come and listen while we pray. Whack for the diddle all the died old day.
After the execution of the leaders of the rebellion, fighting spread all over Ireland. and in 5 short years we had at least partial independence. And those young men who had been executed became martyrs and heroes. Songs were written about them, songs that were very appropriate at the time, like Soldiers of the Rear Guard, but more appropriate today as the struggle goes on.
Glorious the morning, through flame and shot and shell. Now, laddie Ireland, your sons will love you well. Pledge there defend you, though death or prison cell. Wait for the soldiers of the rear guard, Legion of the rear guard, answering Ireland's call. Hark the marshal from this heard, from Cork to Donegal. Full tone and them and guide you, though your task be hard. Devil lead you, soldiers of the Legion of the rear guard.
I'll sing you a song of Rowan in the town. When the green flag went up and the crown flag came down, was the neatest and sweetest thing ever you saw. When they played that great game they called Erin Gobberall. God bless gallant Pearse and his comrades who died, Tom Clark, MacDonough, McDermott, McBride, and here's to James Connolly who gave one hurrah and faced the machine guns for Erin Gobberall. Now one of our leaders was down in Ringsend for the honour of Ireland to uphold and defend. He had no veteran soldiers but volunteers raw, playing sweet Mother music for Erin Gobberall. For Kent and his comrades like lions at bay, from the south Dublin Union for death and dismay. But what was there of when the invaders men saw all the dead party soldiers on Erin Gobberall? A great foreign captain was raving that day, saying, "Give me 1 hour and they blow you away." But a big Mauser bullet got stuck in his jaw, and he died of lead poison on Erin Gobberall. A glory to Dublin, to her due renown. In the long generations her fame will go down, and the children will tell how their forefathers saw the red blaze of freedom o'er Erin Gobberall.
Oh, Father dear, and I often hear you speak of Erin's Isle. Her lofty scenes, her valleys green, her mountains rude and wild. They say it is a lovely land wherein a prince might dwell. Then why did you abandon it? Oh, the reason to me tell. My son, I loved my native land with energy and pride, till a blight came over all my crops, and my sheep and cattle died. The rents and taxes were to pay, and I could not them redeem, and that's the cruel reason I left old Skibbereen. 'Tis well I do remember the bleak November day, when the bailiff and the landlord came to drive us all away. They set the roof on fire with their cursed English spleen, and that's another reason I left old Skibbereen. Oh, your mother, too, God rest her soul, lay on the snowy ground. She fainted in hot anguishing, seeing the desolation round. She never rose, but passed away from life to immortal dreams, and that's another reason I left old Skibbereen. Oh, you were only 2 years old, and feeble was your frame. I could not leave you with my friends, for you bore your father's name. I wrapped you in my coat the more at the dead of the night unseen, and I heaved a sigh and I said goodbye to dear old Skibbereen. Oh, well, father dear, and the day will come when on vengeance we will call, and Irishmen both stout and tall will rally unto the call. I'll be the man to lead the van beneath the flag of green, and loud and high we'll raise the cry, revenge for Skibbereen.
At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, with your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon. And come tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush, a vocal, hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon, for the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, for the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. And come tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. At the old spot by the river, quite well known to you and me. One more word for signal token, whistle out the marching tune, with your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon.
In Dublin town in 1916, the flame of freedom did arise. A group of men with determination caught an empire by surprise. To the streets the men were marching, rallied with their hopes and fears. At the end the boys came searching for the leader, Pádraig Pearse. The poets and the Irish rebels, the Gaelic scholar and the visionary, we gave to them no fitting tributes, when Ireland's a peace only that can be. When Ireland's a nation united and free. At Easter morn he faced the nation from the steps of the GPO and read aloud a proclamation, seed of a nation good to sow. But soon the word had spread to London of an insurrection there at hand, and the deeds of Pádraig Pearse was said about to free his land. The poets and the Irish rebels, the Gaelic scholar and the visionary, we gave to them no fitting tributes, when Ireland's a peace only that can be. When Ireland's a nation united and free. Poets on the Irish rebels, the Gaelic scholar and the visionary. We gave to them no fitting tributes, and Ireland's a peace only that can be. When Ireland's a nation united and free. For 5 long days the battle rages, 5 long nights the battle war. We watched as Dublin city blazes, see your men fall through the floor.
On Easter Monday, 1916, as crowds attended the Irish Grand National at Fairyhouse, an armed insurrection occurred in the heart of Dublin. Members of the Irish Volunteers, Irish Citizen Army, and Common Naman took over key positions around the city.
I was walking down by Island Bridge, just going as I please. This April day the sun was warm, there was but a gentle breeze. I wandered up the old stone steps into the Phoenix Park and watched the children run and play in the hours before the dark. I walked up by the monument and lay there on the ground. Then people started crying when they heard the battle sound. And I don't know what came over me. For a moment I could hear the pleading of a soldier's voice kept calling in my ear. Meet me at the Pillar, son. Please meet me there at noon. I need you, brave young Irishman. There's something we must do. Meet me at the Pillar, son. It still is not too late. It's time to sing a freedom song. Come soon, I cannot wait. I looked around to see this man, but nobody was there. In the distance I could hear the drums, yet a stillness filled the air. I closed my eyes and in this dream a soldier I could see. He said his name was Porrick Pierce, and he kept on calling me. Meet me at the Pillar, son. Please meet me there at noon. I need you, brave young Irishman. There's something we must do. Meet me at the Pillar, son. It still is not too late. It's time to sing a freedom song. Come soon, I cannot wait. Meet me at the Pillar, son. Please meet me there at noon. I need you, brave young Irishman. There's so much we can do. Meet me at the Pillar, son. It still is not too late. It's time to sing a freedom song, 'cause soon I cannot wait.
I am a jolly plough boy, and I plough the fields by day, till a sudden thought came to my mind that I should run away. Now I've always hated slavery since the day that I was born, so I'm off to join the IRA, and I'm off tomorrow morn. So we're off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and the rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. Now I leave aside my old great book, and I leave aside my plough, and I leave aside my horse and the yoke, for no more I'll need them now. And I'll take my short revolver and my bandolier of lead, and live or die I can but try to avenge my country's dead. So we're off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and the rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. Now there's one I leave behind me, she's the Colleen I adore, and I wonder will she think of me when she hears them cannons roar. Ah, but when the war is over, and when dear old Ireland is free, I will take her to the church to wed, and the rebel's wife she'll be. So we're off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and the rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. So we're off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and the rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun.
I was born in the Dublin street where the loyal wrongs do be, and the lovely English people walked all over us. And every single night when my dad would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours out with his chorus. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won battles down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra. Come tell us how you slew them old Arabs 2 by 2, like the Zulus they had knives and bows and arrows. Of how bravely you faced one with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened all the natives to the marrow. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra. Come let us hear you tell how you slammed the brave Parnell and taught him well and truly persecuted. Where are the stares and jeers that you proudly let us hear when our heroes of 16 were executed? Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra. British Huns, come out and fight without your guns. Show your wife how you won medals up in Derry. You murdered 16 men and you'll do the same again. So get out of here and take your bloody army. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra. Oh, come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra.
Silence of the night, we'll chant a soldier's song. Soldiers are we, whose lives are pledged to Ireland. Some have come from a land beyond the wave, sworn to be free. Ireland shall shelter the despot or the slave. Tonight we man the barn o'whale, in errant's cause come woe or wail. Mid cannons roar and rifles peal, we'll chant a soldier's song. In Ballygreen or Tarring Crag, our fathers fought before us and conquered 'neath the same old flag that's proudly floating o'er us. We're children of a fighting race that never yet has known disgrace, and as we march the foe to face, we'll chant a soldier's song. Soldiers are we, whose lives are pledged to Ireland. Some have come from a land beyond the wave, sworn to be free. No more our ancient Ireland shall shelter the despot or the slave. Tonight we man the barn o'whale, in errant's cause come woe or wail. Big cannons roar and rifles peal, we'll chant a soldier's song.
It was down by the glenside I met an old woman a-picking young nettles, and she ne'er saw me coming. I listened a while to the song she was humming. Glory-o, glory-o, to the Bullfinian men. It's 50 long years since I saw the moon beaming on strong manly forms and eyes with hope gleaming. I'll see them again in all my sad dreaming. Glory-o, glory-o, to the Bullfinian men. When I was a young girl, they're marching and drilling, awoke in the glenside, sounds awesome and thrilling. They loved dear old Ireland, and to die they were willing. Glory-o, glory-o, to the Bullfinian men. Some died by the glenside, some died with a stranger, and wise men have told us their cause was a failure. They loved dear old Ireland, they never feared danger. Glory-o, glory-o, to the Bullfinian men. I went on my way, God be praised that I met her. Be life long or short, sure I'll never forget her. We may have good men, but we never had better. Glory-o, glory-o, to the Bullfinian men.